Hello all, so today we're talking about sports-related fitness. And this is still chapter 1, the last part of the chapter. So part 3, so bear with me. Alright, so today we're talking about what makes a champion. As with health, genetic endowment plays an important underlying role in the development of success in sport. In his book, The Sports Gene, senior writer for Sports Illustrated and former college runner David Epstein notes that nature and nurture are both essential ingredients for superior performance in a given sport. Nature is in the genes, the hardware, whereas nurture is in the environment, the software. Nurture involves not only exposure to the sport at a specific time, but expert training as well. But Amtov and Rogoskine indicated that optimal responses to training are also dependent on the possession of appropriate genes. Genes explain why some individuals benefit while others do not from the same sport training program. Elite athletes are not only born with the right genes for a given sport, but also have the right genes to benefit from proper training. So one of the key factors determining success in sport is the ability to maximize your genetic potential with appropriate physical and mental training to prepare both mind and body for intense competition. In this regard, athletes develop sports-related fitness. That is, fitness components such as strength, power, speed, endurance, and neuromuscular motor skills specific to their sport. The principles of exercise training introduced earlier, such as overload and specificity, are as applicable to sports-related fitness as they are to health-related fitness. However, training for sports performance is more intense, prolonged, and frequent than training for health, and training is specific to the energy demands and skills associated with each sport. Here are some examples of sports events with varying rates of energy expenditure or energy needs. For explosive power sports, such as Olympic weightlifting, there are very high-intensity sports, such as the 100-meter dash, and then high-intensity, short-duration sports, such as the 5,000-meter run. And then we have intermittent, high-intensity sports, such as soccer. Other types of athletic events are endurance sports such as marathon running. Marathon running is for 26.2 miles, so you've got to have good energy stores as well as good hydration. There are also low endurance sports that require more precision skills such as golf. And then there are weight control and body image sports that are such as bodybuilding. With sports fitness, there are high levels of high athletic competition, and athletes generally receive excellent coaching to enhance their biomechanical skills or a mechanical edge. They sharpen their psychological focus with mental strength and maximize their physiological functions or physical power, essential for optimal performance. As we shall see, there are various dietary factors that may influence biomechanical, psychological, and physiological considerations in sport. For example, losing excess body fat will enhance biomechanical efficiency. Consuming carbohydrates during exercise may maintain normal blood sugar levels for the brain and prevent psychological fatigue. And providing adequate dietary iron may ensure optimal oxygen delivery to the muscles. All these sports nutrition factors may favorably affect athletic performance. So what is sports nutrition? It involves the application of nutritional principles to enhance athletic performance. Louise Burke, an internationally renowned sports nutritionist from Australia, defines sports nutrition as the application of eating strategies with several major objectives. 1, to promote good health. Then, to promote adaptations to training. And with that, to recover quickly from each training session. And then, of course, to perform optimally during competition. Sports nutritionists may meet these objectives in various ways, such as developing meal plans for training, recovery, and competition. They may also provide appropriate information about healthy diets, discussing the efficacy and safety and permissibility of sports supplements, or counseling individual athletes with special diets, such as vegetarians, and monitoring athletes for weight loss and eating disorder. Although investigators have studied the interactions between nutrition and various forms of sport or exercise for more than 100 years, it is only within the past several decades that extensive research has been undertaken regarding specific recommendations for athletes. So, is sports nutrition a profession? It is recognized as an important factor for optimal athletic performance. Sports nutrition is sometimes referred to as exercise nutrition when coupled with exercise designed for health-related fitness, as discussed in the previous section, but that term is less frequently used. Several factors indicate that sports nutrition has become a profession and is a viable career opportunity. There are professional associations that are involved in the application of nutrition to sport, health, and wellness. There are also certification programs that several professional and sports governing organizations have developed as a recognized course of study or certification program to promote the development of professionals who can provide athletes with sound information about nutrition. With these professional organizations, there's also research that has been developed at major universities that are dedicated to sports nutrition research. Almost every scientific journal in sport and exercise science and even in general nutrition appear to contain at least one study or review in each issue that is related to sports nutrition. There are sports journals such as the International Journal of Sport Nutrition and Exercise Metabolism that focus exclusively on sports nutrition. And with those professional organizations, there's also international meetings that have focused on sports nutrition. Some meetings highlighting nutritional principles for a specific sport, such as soccer or track and field, while others may focus on a specific sport supplement, such as creatine. These organizations also develop consensus statements and position stands that are developed for their particular sport. So, are athletes today receiving adequate nutrition? There are numerous survey studies regarding dietary intake of athletes that have been conducted over the course of the past 2 decades, and in general, there's mixed results. The following is based upon a brief summarization of the findings of recommended dietary practices. Many athletes do not consume adequate amounts of energy, particularly carbohydrates. There are many athletes that consume more dietary fat than recommended, particularly saturated fat. And then there are also the intake of micronutrients such as vitamins and minerals, which varies. Some athletes exceed current recommended intakes while others have inadequate intake. Athletes have also involved in weight control sports who may restrict energy intake may be at a high risk for micronutrient deficiencies. There are iron and calcium deficiencies that may be common in female athletes. And then many athletes, including youth athletes, take dietary supplements, not only vitamins and minerals to help prevent deficiencies, but also supplements designed to enhance performance. This brief review indicates that some athletic groups are not receiving the recommended allowances for a variety of essential nutrients, or may not be meeting certain recommended standards. It should be noted, however, that these surveys have analyzed the diets of the athletes only in reference to a standard, such as the RDA. And many studies have not analyzed the actual nutrient or biochemical status, such as by the blood test, of the athlete or the effects that the dietary deficiency exerted on exercise performance capacity or sport performance. The RDA for vitamins and minerals incorporates a safety factor, so an individual with a dietary intake of essential nutrients below the RDA may not necessarily suffer a true nutrient deficiency. If, however, the athlete does develop a nutrient deficiency, then athletic performance may deteriorate and health may be impaired. Examples discussed in later chapters include impaired aerobic endurance capacity associated with iron deficiency and premature decreases in bone density with calcium deficiency as well. So why are some athletes malnourished? And what they have found is that often they have insufficient knowledge to make appropriate food choices. They may also not be getting sound sports nutrition information. They're getting their information from advertisements in sports magazines, or their coaches are not well informed. They also battle with financial constraints, not having enough money to buy the food that they need. And then time limitations associated with food preparation, especially for college athletes who are balancing class and study time and all of that good stuff. So athletes are likely to experience vitamin and mineral malnutrition. Much of that is due to they're restricting their energy intake either to lose weight or in particular for those who are going bodybuilding, they may not be taking in enough calories as such. Those who have severe weight loss practices, again, as in bodybuilding, those who eliminate one or more of the food groups from their diet, a lot of, especially long distance runners, will cut fat from their diet, even though we need a certain amount of essential fat. Or those who just aren't consuming unbalanced diets, so not getting the vitamins and minerals that they need. So how does nutrition affect athletic performance? The nutrients in the foods we eat can affect exercise and sports performance in accordance with the three major functions of nutrients. First, nutrients may provide energy for the different energy-producing systems that we'll discuss in Chapter 3. Second, nutrients also help regulate metabolic processes important to energy production and temperature regulation during exercise. Third, nutrients support the growth and development of a specific body tissues and organs as they adapt to exercise training. A well-planned sports-specific diet will help optimize sports performance, but a poor diet plan may lead to impaired performance. Malnutrition is defined as poor nutrition that may be due to inadequate amounts of essential nutrients, but it may also be too many calories leading to obesity, which could also be a form of malnutrition. So unbalanced nutrition may exist as either undernutrition or overnutrition. So an individual is not receiving adequate intake or undernutrition, or they're consuming excessive amounts of a single or multiple nutrients, which would be overnutrition. Either condition can hamper athletic performance. An inadequate intake of certain nutrients may impair athletic performance due to an insufficient energy supply, an inability to regulate exercise metabolism at an optimal level, or decreased synthesis of key body tissues or enzymes. In contrast, excessive intake of some nutrients may also impair athletic performance and even the health of the athlete by disrupting normal physiological processes or leading to undesirable changes in body composition. So nutrients in the foods we eat and dietary strategies may influence exercise or sport performance in a variety of ways. They may provide energy for the various human energy systems. They may also help regulate various metabolic processes important to exercise, and may promote the growth and development of various body tissues and organs important for energy production during exercise. What should athletes eat to help optimize sports performance? Well, Melinda Menor, an expert in sports nutrition, noted that there is no doubt that the type, amount, composition, and timing of food intake can dramatically affect exercise performance, the recovery from exercise, body weight and composition, and health. The importance of nutrition to your athletic performance may depend on a variety of factors, including your gender, your age, your body weight status, your eating and lifestyle patterns, the environment, the type of training you do, and the type of sport or event in which you participate. As an example of the last point, the carbohydrate needs of a golfer or a baseball player may vary little from those of the non-athlete, whereas those of a marathon runner or ultra-endurance triathlete may be altered significantly during training and competition. Although a healthy diet is the foundation of a dietary plan for athletes, modifications may be important for training and competition in various sports. For example, adequate carbohydrate is important as an energy source for aerobic endurance athletes. Adequate protein may help optimize muscle development and strength and power athletes, and adequate iron may help ensure adequate oxygen delivery in female athletes. Some basic guidelines regarding eating for training and for competition are presented in Chapter 2, whereas details regarding the use of specific nutrients such as carbohydrate and protein are presented in the chapter highlighting that nutrient. Some athletes believe that there are superfoods or diets that provide a competitive advantage in sports. Numerous sports supplements are marketed to athletes with this premise in mind and have been the subject of considerable research by sports nutrition scientists. The following section discusses the general role of such supplements in the enhancement of sports performance, while more details on specific sports supplements are presented in the chapter highlighting that particular nutrient. Chapter 13 also details the role of herbals and other sports supplements. So if we look at ergogenic aids in sport performance, we talked about since time immemorial that athletes have attempted to use a wide variety of techniques or substances to enhance sports performance beyond the effects that could be obtained through training. In sport and exercise science terminology, such techniques or substances are referred to as ergogenic aids. So what is an ergogenic aid? As mentioned previously, the two key factors important to athletic success are genetic endowment and state of training. At certain levels of competition, the contestants generally have similar genetic athletic abilities and have been exposed to similar training methods, and thus they are fairly evenly matched. Given the emphasis placed on winning, many athletes training for competition are always searching for the ultimate method or ingredient to provide that extra winning edge. Indeed, some suggest that two of the key factors leading to a better athletic record in recent years are improved diet and ergogenic aids. The word ergogenic is derived from the Greek words ergo, meaning work, and gen, which is meaning production of, and is usually defined as to increase potential for work output. In sports, various ergogenic aids or ergogenics have been used for theoretical ability to improve sports performance by enhancing physical power, mental strength, or according to the general nature of their application to sport. The first two classifications below are often referred to as performance-enhancing techniques, whereas the last three classifications involve taking some substance into the body and are known as performance-enhancing substances. Now, there are different classes of ergogenic aids. First, there are mechanical aids. These are biomechanical aids that are designed to increase energy efficiency to provide a mechanical edge, such as lightweight racing shoes that may be used by a runner in place of heavier ones so that less energy is needed to move the legs and the economy of running increases. There are also psychological aids that are designed to enhance psychological processes during sport performance to increase mental strength. Hypnosis through post-hypnotic suggestion may help remove psychological barriers that limit physiological performance capacity. There are also physiological aids that are designed to augment natural physiological processes to increase physical power, such as blood doping or the infusion of blood into an athlete that may increase oxygen transport capacity and thus increase aerobic endurance. However, its use is illegal. Pharmacological aids are drugs that are designed to influence physiological or psychological processes to increase physical power, mental strength, or mechanical edge. Anabolic steroids, whose use is prohibited in sports, are still used by some athletes to help increase muscle mass, strength, and power. Then there are nutritional aids that are nutrients designed to influence a physiological or psychological process to increase physical power, mental strength, or mechanical edge. Protein supplements may be used by strength training athletes in attempts to increase muscle mass because protein is the major dietary constituent of muscle. So why are nutritional ergogenics so popular? Probably the most used ergogenic aids are dietary supplements. Dietary supplements are marketed to physically active individuals and are commonly known as sports nutrition supplements or simply sports supplements. Companies market their products as supplements for the competitive athlete, and the overall sports supplement business is brisk. One business journal categorizes sports nutrition supplements into three categories. First is sports supplements. This includes powders, pills, and ready-to-drink products. Then there's nutrition bars and gels. And lastly, sports and energy drinks and shots. Collectively, annual sales approximate $20 billion. Sports supplements are popular worldwide. Sports supplements are used by all types of athletes, male and female, young and old, professional and amateur. Reports indicate that 90% or more of elite international class athletes consume dietary supplements. Other surveys document significant use among high school and collegiate athletes, military personnel, and elite groups such as SEALs and fitness club members. Sports supplements are popular for several reasons. Athletes have believed that certain foods may possess magical qualities, so it is no wonder that a wide variety of nutrients or special preparations have been used since time immemorial in attempts to run faster, jump higher, or throw farther. Shrewd advertising and marketing strategies promote this belief, enticing many athletes and physically active individuals to try sports supplements. Many of these products may be endorsed by professional athletes, giving the product an aura of respectability. Specific supplements may also be recommended by coaches and fellow athletes. Additionally, as drug testing in sports gets increasingly sophisticated, leading to greater detection of pharmacological ergogenics, many athletes may resort to sports supplements, believing them to be natural, safe, and legal. However, as noted later, this may not be the case. Are nutritional ergogenics effective? With that, there are 6 major classifications of nutrients, as we've discussed before, and athletes have been known to take supplements of almost every nutrient in attempts to improve performance. With carbohydrates, special metabolites of carbohydrate have been developed to facilitate absorption, storage, and utilization of carbohydrate during exercise. There are special fatty acids that have been used in attempts to provide an alternative fuel to carbohydrate. With special amino acids derived from protein that have been developed and advertised to be more potent than anabolic steroids and stimulating muscle growth and strength development. There are also special vitamin mixtures and even non-vitamin vitamins, such as vitamin B15, that have been ascribed ergogenic qualities ranging from increases in strength to improved vision for sport. There are also special mineral supplements such as chromium, vanadium, and boron that have been advertised to promote muscle anabolism, which is muscle growth. Water, there are special oxygenated waters that have been developed specifically for aerobic endurance athletes, theoretically to increase oxygen delivery. In addition to essential nutrients derived from foods, there are literally hundreds of non-essential substances or compounds that are classified as dietary supplements and targeted to athletes as potent ergogenics. One of those would be creatine. Moreover, many products contain multiple ingredients, each purported to enhance sports performance. For example, one of the energy drinks on the market includes carbohydrates, amino acids, vitamins, minerals, metabolites, herbs, and caffeine. Supplementation with essential nutrients above and beyond the RDA is not necessarily for the vast majority of well-nourished athletes in general. Consumption of specific nutrients above the RDA has not been shown to exert any ergogenic effect on human physical or athletic performance. It has been indicated that the bulk of sports supplements sold on the market are labeled with various performance enhancement claims without any scientific evidence. However, there are some exceptions. As noted in chapters 4 through 10, there may be some justification for nutrient supplementation or dietary modification in certain athletes under specific conditions, particularly in cases where nutrient deficiencies may occur. Some specific dietary supplements and food drugs may also possess ergogenic potential under certain circumstances. The effectiveness of almost all of the popular nutritional ergogenics, including the essential nutrients, non-essential nutrients, food, drugs, caffeine, and alcohol, the steroid precursor androstenedione, and other agents will be covered in this text. A summary is presented in chapter 13. So the majority of over-the-counter dietary supplements, particularly those containing essential nutrients, appear to be safe for the general population when taken in recommended dosages. However, in a Sports Illustrated article entitled "What You Don't Know Might Kill You," Epstein and Dorman indicated that sports supplements may be dangerous. Some dietary supplements may contain ingredients that pose serious health risks in several ways. The FDA has noted that some sports supplements contain chemicals that have been linked to numerous serious illnesses and even death, particularly when taken in excess. For example, Navarro and Seif noted that although perceived as safe, many different herbal and dietary supplements have been reported to cause liver injury. But the exact component that is responsible for injury is difficult to discern. In the United States, products used for bodybuilding and weight loss are the most commonly implicated. Supplements that are mislabeled and contain unlisted substances pose a serious health threat. Some companies are unscrupulous and surreptitiously may add chemicals such as stimulants or steroids to help make their product more effective, but which also may have adverse health effects. Another potential problem is that some particularly younger athletes may have the mentality that if 1 is good, then 10 is better, and thus may overdose, increasing the potential health risk of a potentially harmful ingredient. Fortunately, in the United States, the government is working to require that all ingredients be listed on dietary supplement labels. labels, and hopefully appropriate warnings of any potential health risk will be provided as new laws take effect. Currently, some companies are voluntarily adding warnings in their advertisements and product labels. Throughout this text, possible health risks associated with nutritional ergogenics are discussed when such information is available. The National Collegiate Athletic Association places supplements for student athletes into 3 categories. One as permissible, which may be provided by the university. Supplements include vitamins, minerals, sports drinks, energy bars, and similar products. Impermissible may be provided by the university but may be purchased by the student athlete. These supplements are mainly high protein products such as those rich in whey. Banned, which would be mainly drugs such as those banned by WADA, including stimulants and anabolic agents. Some prescription drugs may also be banned unless under guidance of a physician. The use of pharmaceutical agents to enhance performance in sport has been prohibited by the governing bodies of most organized sports. The use of drugs in sports is known as doping, and the World Anti-Doping Agency has promulgated an extensive list of drugs and doping techniques that have been prohibited. At present, all essential nutrients are not classified as drugs and are considered to be legal for use in conjunction with athletic competition. Most other food substances and constituents sold as dietary supplements are also legal. However, some dietary supplements are prohibited, such as androstenedione, because they are classified as anabolic steroids, which are prohibited drugs. Nevertheless, some supplements may still be obtained via internet sales. Other dietary supplements may contain substances that are prohibited. For example, Chinese ephedra and some forms of ginseng may contain ephedrine, a stimulant prohibited in competition. Various athletic governing associations have addressed the issue of sports supplements. For example, the National Football League, partnering with the NSF Certified for Sports program, have developed strict requirements for the manufacturing of dietary supplements approved by its players. Where can I find more detailed information on sports supplements? Although details on various supplements are presented in later chapters, space limitations prevent detailed accounts of each supplement. The following resources may provide detailed information regarding efficacy and safety of numerous supplements, including sports supplements. The United States Department of Agriculture website provides numerous links to ergogenic aids and dietary supplements marketed to athletes, and you can search for specific supplements. The Australian Institute of Sport provides a comprehensive coverage of sports supplements in 4 categories based on scientific evidence. A, supported for use in specific sports situations. B, deserving of additional research. C, have little meaningful proof of beneficial effects. And D, banned or high risk of containing substances that could lead to a positive doping test. This site also contains a section A through Z facts that contains more detailed coverage of some supplements. Additionally, over the course of several years, the British Journal of Sports Medicine published a series of reviews semi-monthly entitled A through Z of nutritional supplements, with each review focusing on specific supplements. A total of 48 reviews were authored by leading sports scientists. Unfortunately, no abstracts are presented with the listing on the National Library of Medicine website, nor is the identification of the supplements reviewed. So, really important that you have an understanding of what you are taking in your body. What is the research that is out there? Do your research. Look at these websites and really consider where you're at before taking anything in. Thank you for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you and talking about Chapter 2 very soon. Have a good day.